Hi, this is Laura Jean Fanella at Women's Station Channel. I wanted to come today here with you to talk to you about some piping rock Ginko Biloba I've been using. And I get really fatigued. I have an autoimmune disease in my thyroid called Hashimoto's. I also have a lot of different injuries that make me really tired. And I've been pushing through the fatigue, which is great, but then it doesn't always keep my brain is strong and stimulated, because then you're tired, and when you get fatigued, your brain gets fatigued. I used to take ginkgo biloba in the capsules, like the herb in capsules, and I really always noticed something, but I was trying to cut back on all my supplements because my liver started suffering around the time of the pandemic, and I think it was because I was taking too much Benadryl and Tylenol. I thought that my doctor's office said that was okay because I was having a hard time breathing. A lot of people were symptomatic at the time, even if they didn't have COVID. So she said my primary care provider said that I was probably taking too many supplements. So I cut out the ginkgo. And what was funny, I didn't really notice a whole lot at the time. And now that I'm really pushing myself to do a lot of work, keep up a routine, like with my music, and now I'm promoting my music. I have 4 different channels I have to keep up myself as far as my profile, and then a little bit of promoting on there. So now I have Apple, Spotify, Pandora, and Amazon Music is a new one that I didn't even know. We could go over there and update our profile, pitch some nice things about ourselves, leave messages to the fans, just really fun stuff. And I like to get up and exercise too. I love my yoga. I've been able to go back to yoga, but then I'll start for a day or two, and then it'll just hit me, and I'll be like, oh gosh, now what do I do? I'm tired. And usually I'll give up and have to order food, or skip making something I like to make to eat, and eat something more simple. It ends up being where I'm not doing the things I want to do for myself. So I put in an order with pipingrock.com, and I saw this ginkgo biloba. I think it was like $3 or something, and it's liquid. And when people take liquid things, I think gross. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to try, maybe this will help me so I keep up with my routine. And I got it in about 5 days ago, and I started using it right away. It says to do 28 drops, I think at a time or a day. Let me just read that. I have my contacts on, so I need my reading glasses. But and it still doesn't help me see. Oh, take 1 to 2 milliliters daily. Okay, so you can kind of imagine what that is. Probably on the description over at wow, it says servings per container 30, and I believe over at Piping Rock is where I read the 28 drops. So that's pretty good. Now I haven't taken 28 drops. I started out with about 3 or 6 and waited till my body adjusted to it, because when you're taking a formula that's straight on, I really try to give my body time to adjust to it. Then I stepped up to about maybe 2 different servings or 3 different servings. I don't quite remember. I would do maybe about, no, I must have did 2 then. I didn't take the whole 28. I would do 3, 3, 3, and then mix it with water and drink it down. The taste isn't even bad. I think you can just put it in with anything, really. And then I tried that twice, and I could kind of notice the difference, that my body was just a little more alert, my brain, and I was able to do more stuff. And I'm like, well, by last night, actually, I pushed myself through a really heavy fatigue a few days ago, and I thought, I hope that I'm not going to pay a price for that, and I didn't. My body was kind of glad I kept going, I guess, or at least it didn't push back from me, saying you shouldn't do that. But I just have been noticing, it's not a notice where you, excuse me, my throat. I've been singing a lot, so it's not a notice where you'll take it and at one moment in your day, you'll say, wow, I can feel how wonderful this is. It's just I'll start thinking, gosh, I'm getting a lot done. I'm doing a lot more things that I wanted to do. And my brain is more focused when I'm doing these things. And like usually I'll be like, my brain will turn off and then it'll reach to my body and then I'm just kind of walking in a closed eyes, dazed, even with my eyes open, just to sit down and just relax and give in to the whole thing. But I'm not doing that now. So, if that's any kind of description that's helpful to you, and you have a hard time keeping up with your routine, for whatever reason, I recommend to try these. Now, I don't think you have to buy them at Piping Rock to have that effect. I see the word alcohol in the front. Let me just see here. Oh, alcohol and sugar-free. That's really good. I think this is just 100%. Other ingredients. Glycerin, which I'm not afraid of anymore. Unfortunately, I can't read. I probably have my glasses on, not the contacts. Oh, potassium sorbate. Now, I have been putting up with the sorbates and the benzoates on occasion if it's in very small amounts. Obviously, it'd be a very small amount using this. So, and I try not to eat up. I certainly don't eat anything like that, but there's so many products that I would use otherwise that carry a little bit of that. So if there's just a real small amount and I either can't get around it or I really need that product, then I do ignore it. But I don't think that you have to get it at Piping Rock to have those results. I might be trying other ones, but I just know what it's like to be a woman, and especially when you have a child, and trying to keep up with that routine. Now with a brain injury with me, head injuries from abuse, and then you got Hashimoto's, my backbone's been separated from its muscle, I gotta watch that, and that's on me subconsciously, that's tiring, especially when I'm doing yoga. I make sure I don't bend too far forward, my legs are straddled out, or I'm doing my stretches with my leg bent, but there's just a lot of things we have to watch, and our bodies are so fragile from having children, going through menopause, even when we have our periods are really hard. I used to get a horrible heavy flow, and I was just so tired. Now I can't imagine, well I do imagine, I was I started all these injuries when I was 29, so yes, I do imagine I was trying to raise a child on my own and run from abuse. So I do know the fatigue and the stress that sets into your body. So, but when you're younger, it's not as hard. So, and when you don't have injuries, it's not as hard. So, I had injuries and I was younger and it was hard, and then you go through so many other things in your life and it just gets harder. So I think we have to constantly be finding things that's going to help us. So I really, really wanted to share this with you, and I hope that, if you do try it, that it helps you and you get the same results that I got. So thanks for listening. Lori Jean Finella, Women's Station Channel.